Thank you to Janie Ann Barker. That was absolutely fabulous. She is a junior at John Champ High School in South Riding, and we were so lucky to find her and for her to share her gifts with us today. So I want to welcome everyone. I'm Marie Ames. I'm the associate producer of today's show. And we're all nervous backstage, but we can feel the love that's in the audience today from all of you. So we want to thank you all for coming. So now, you're probably expecting me to say, turn off your phones, put them away, we don't want to hear anything. Well, actually, we're changing things up. We want everybody to take out their phones, because social media is what made This Is My Brave happen today. Jen and I are seeing 2,000 visits to our Facebook pages each week. We have 850 visits to the YouTube video that we did. And the only way we're going to make this movement happen is if we keep spreading the word. And that's what our supporters are all about. Sharing stories and being brave. So take out your phone. And if you have a Twitter or an Instagram account, our hashtag is This Is My Brave. We're very creative in that. So take a picture, do whatever that thing is where you say where you are. I'm not sure how to do that one. We have teenagers who've been helping us. So we were doing some very creative selfies backstage, thanks to our young women with us today. And also after the show, some of you may have noticed there's a banner. It's called a Step and Repeat, I just learned. They use them on red carpet, so we thought, why not? And what we'd like you to do after the show is take pictures of yourselves to show that you were here, or people that you know from the cast or that you wanted to meet from the cast that you felt moved by. And then, again, use Instagram, hashtag This Is My Brave. So 10 months ago, I met a young woman at a party, a jewelry party. My neighbor, Karen Ferrandino, who's here today helping out, thanks, Karen, was launching her jewelry line, Simply Om, and I'll give a plug. It's really beautiful jewelry. It's Simply OM is the name, .com. So her pieces are made by artisans in socially and economically oppressed areas around the world, and she has been very helpful to us as some of our Kickstarter rewards. Some of you got the necklaces that she sells, and she donated them for the Kickstarter. So that day I was feeling quite depressed, as I do, and really didn't want to go to the party, but I wanted to support Karen, so I dragged my depressed body out of my house, and I only had to go 50 feet. She's across the street. But I believe that the universe has a way of putting you in the place you need to be when you need to be there. And I know now I needed to be there. That's the night I met Jen. And my life has not been the same since. It's been a roller coaster, in fact. She shared her vision of This Is My Brave with me. It didn't have a name yet. That came later. But I loved what she was saying, and I felt the same way. We connected. So in a nutshell, Jen knew that sharing her story of being diagnosed with bipolar made her feel empowered and helped others to see they weren't alone. She wanted to share that feeling and inspire others to do the same. There's such a primal high when you are able to be your authentic self with those around you. I know many of you feel that. When I tell people about my struggles of depression, I hear me too, or yes, my brother, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my son, my daughter. When 1 in 20 of Americans have a mental illness, invariably anybody that you share your story with is going to understand and have a connection. I'd wager a bet that the stats in this audience today are a little bit higher. So within a month, being the recruiter and mighty force that Jen is, she had me go from, sure, I know marketing communications, that'd be great, happy to help you with some PR and stuff, to I'm now co-founder and associate producer of This Is My Brave. So we had named it by then. So for the last 10 months, we have been pregnant, so to speak, with our baby. And it really does take 10 months because a full-term baby is 40 weeks. That's 10 months, and I've had 3 of them, so I know. Many of you have been with us since we announced we were pregnant, and others have joined along the way. And we're thankful for everyone's support and encouragement, cheering us on in so many different ways. Well, today is her birthday. Jen's vision is being born, much like a baby, vulnerable, pure, and full of love. And as Brene Brown, who I love, writes in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, because I am, we are wired to be brave. That's why we never feel more alive than when we are being courageous. We have 14 people who answered when we asked, "Are you ready to be brave?" Jen and I simply created the space for them to be courageous. None of them are actors. Many of them are speaking about their mental illness and experiences for the first time today. They're just like you and me. Today's show is about them and their courage to share with you a part of themselves.